So when do we start? It's already 2 minutes past 10:30.
Yeah, we can start now.
Can start? Asela, can we start?
Yes.
Hello, good morning. I'm Challadri Solomon, Chairperson of Community of Evaluators South Asia. On behalf of Community of Evaluators South Asia, it's my pleasure to welcome each one of you gathered here at the Evolve for Action Sub-Regional Consultation South Asia. At the outset, I must say that it's a privilege and opportunity to collaborate with Evolve for Action. And special thanks to Mr. Asela Kalugumbitia and Evolve for Action team. Let me say a little bit background to Community of Evaluators South Asia. Community of Evaluators of South Asia began as early as 2008. About 35 evaluators from South Asia came together to promote high quality evaluation for achieving development goals and objectives. We organized interested evaluators from the South Asia region to pursue the goals. IDRC was of great support at that start. COE South Asia as an evaluation community has set a vision of evaluation for a just and equitable society. We have a stable institutional base to carry out our vision and mission with committed and voluntary governing board, committee, and advisory members. Why we have brought people here at the South Asia Sub-Regional Consultation? Evolve for Action and Community of Evaluators South Asia have found common grounds through this consultation to bring together different stakeholders of the peoples of development and evaluation to generate commitments through dialogue, sharing ideas, and planning common actions for influential evaluations in South Asia, contributing to the Sustainable Development Goals 2030. Influential evaluation. I believe in the evaluation that improves the performance and impact of development programs and interventions. Evaluation that is useful to policymakers and managers and help stakeholders to make the state accountable. I also believe that we should strive to have a conducive environment that would help an evaluation to enhance the performance and impact of development interventions, like the policy environment, the role of evaluations, timing, participation of stakeholders, etc. What is for COE South Asia in it? We feel that this consultation is an opportunity to look for relevant actions that are doable. COE South Asia will look forward to interventions in the South Asian region that are viable within its capacity. COE South Asia also expect that whatever actions that comes to COE South Asia should be perceived as collective and collaborative ones. We will try to combine it with our ongoing activities. A little bit about our ongoing activities. COE South Asia has 3-year annual plans and carries out activities to go with its mission of building capacities, generating knowledge, disseminating evidence, building networks, and creating enabling environment for high quality evaluation and its use in South Asia. Evaluation Conclave is a flagship program of COE South Asia. And so far, we have had 4 face-to-face evaluation conclaves in India, Nepal, and Bhutan. We also plan to have next one in Bangladesh somewhere in 2022. We have had an average of about 350 participants from South Asia and around the world in each conclaves. The conclaves have been highly impactful in the region. Let me stop here. It is just for a start as a kind of appetizer, and the main course is yet to come. Without delaying, let me introduce Dr. Shivkumar, A.K. Shivkumar, as the moderator of the consultation. So he is going to play a very, very crucial and anchoring role here. Dr. A.K. Shivkumar is a Delhi-based development economist and policy advisor who works on issues related to human development, poverty, health, nutrition, basic education, and the rights of women and children. Dr. Shivkumar is a visiting professor at the Ashoka University, the Indian School of Business, and Harvard's Kennedy School of Government. He is also an alumnus of Harvard University, where he did a master's in public administration and a PhD in political economy and government. I wish all the best for the Eval for Action South Asia and Consultation to be a productive one. I wish to be also a part of it throughout. Thank you. Mr. Dr. A.K. Shivkumar, now it's on to you. Please take over.
Thank you, Chella, and thank you for inviting me to chair and moderate the session. Let me also join Chella in welcoming you to the South Asia Sub-Regional Consultation to assess the significance of evaluation for advancing the SDG agenda. I think this is a very critical opportunity and a moment against the backdrop of COVID-19, when we're really seeing much of the gains being reversed, and a desperate need for all of us to come together. And I think that's the important dimension of this consultation, the emphasis on partnerships and collaboration, to think collectively on how we can not only get countries and societies back on track for achieving the SDGs, but also in accelerating progress. So the pandemic hasn't really set us back by too much. So I view this consultation as extremely important, and thank you all very much for joining us today. Let me begin the formal proceedings by inviting now Marco Segon, who's the director of UNFPA Evaluation Office and Eval for Action co-leader, to say a few words on the consultations that we are having today. I must admit that I will not be as generous as Chella was in his introduction of who I am. I think everyone knows everyone else, so pardon me if I don't go into long bios, but just say who you are. Thank you so much. Over to you, Marco. Good morning and nice to see you. Marco, we can't hear you yet. Marco, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning, everybody. It's really a very big pleasure to be here with all of you today. First of all, I would like to congratulate the community of evaluators South Asia for organizing the first Eval for Action sub-national consultation in Asia. You know, with COVID-19, as the subcontinent responds to another wave, it is clear that the pandemic is more than a public health crisis. It's a human development and humanitarian crisis that has further pushed back the timely achievements of the Sustainable Development Goals. And those farthest behind are suffering the most. So as countries respond to the COVID-19 pandemic to build back better, to get back on track to deliver on the SDGs, there is an opportunity to create greater accountability and transparency for a more inclusive and sustainable world. How? By accelerating influential evaluation that can be a multiplier effect on sustainable development. So Eval for Action, with its focus on mobilizing multi-stakeholder partnership and advocacy on influential evaluation, is at the forefront of this effort. Eval for Action is co-led by UNFPA, the Global Parliamentarian Forum for Evaluation, and the Eval Youth Global Network, with full participation of young and emerging evaluators at all levels. In the first year of Eval for Action, 7 regional consultations have been held. The first regional consultation took place in Asia Pacific on 25th June of last year, in order to strengthen dialogue and multi-stakeholder evaluation partnership in the region and identify and deliver commitments and action for influential evaluation. In the follow-up to the regional consultations, VOPES and other partners are developing evaluation strategy and action plans to accelerate influential evaluation in the context of the SDGs. Throughout, Eval Youth Asia and National Eval Youth Chapter have played a strong role in Eval for Action. In a short span, new Eval Youth chapters have launched in Asia, such as in Afghanistan, Bhutan, India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. I'm proud that the Eval Youth Global Network, the Asia chapter, and all its national chapters are partners with the Eval for Action campaign. You know, the South Asia consultation is a great opportunity to strengthen synergies and evaluation partnership at the sub-regional level, including with young and emerging evaluators, and to translate priorities emerging from this consultation into a South Asian action plan for influential evaluation based on nuances of the South Asia context. So with this, I wish all of you a great job, and thank you very much once again for the invitation and for the organization of this important consultation. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Marco. Let me now invite Gabriela Renteria Flores. She's the chair of Eval Youth Global Network, co-leader of Eval for Action as well. Gabriela.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all of you. Greetings from Mexico. Welcome to the South Asia Sub-Regional Consultation of Eval for Action. It is a great pleasure to me to join this community of evaluators in South Asia and this sub-regional consultation of the Eval for Action campaign. This is a special occasion for me, not only because it's the first consultation I attend as the chair of Eval Youth and co-leader of this campaign, but also because I have worked in India, and this region has a special place in my heart. A year ago, UNFPA, Eval Youth, and the Global Parliamentarian Forum for Evaluation launched the Eval for Action campaign. And we call upon all actors everywhere for a stronger coordination and partnership for influential evaluation to accelerate the delivery of the Sustainable Development Goals, leaving no one behind. Nowadays, the campaign has more than 100 partners around the world who are creating advocacy towards influential evaluation, with young and emerging evaluators leading the way, with so many partnerships from the South Asia region. The Eval for Action torch has passed along the world around having seven regional consultations. Now we are holding some sub-regional consultations. These have been mobilizing partnerships to build evaluation capacities and developing regional and evaluation strategies. Now it is time to go further. We are in a sub-regional consultation to spur commitments from several actors to develop sub-regional and national capacities for influential evaluation. Since its establishment, Eval Youth has been about actions and transformational change, goals that have found great partners in UNFPA and the Global Parliamentarians Forum for Evaluation. Eval for Action has been the perfect platform to work with partners that share a passion for action to find new and innovative ways to transform our world. We are really glad to see many Eval Youth chapters in the South Asia region and look forward to keep working together. Under the umbrella of Eval for Action, young and emerging evaluators are leading actions towards influential evaluation because we are eager to make a transformational change, to build back better, to assure a stable and prosperous life for everyone. We, in Able Youth, believe in the power of youth as actors and drivers of change, key to achieving equality and sustainability. We want to make the SDGs come alive everywhere, and we understand the potential of evaluation in achieving these goals. The 2030 Agenda calls for breaking down silos, so we must work together and redouble our commitment and efforts to ensure that better practices and more evidence are utilized in subnational and national plans. I would like to thank the community of evaluators of South Asia, Challenge Able for Action teams, for their great work preparing this consultation and giving us the opportunity to connect with one another, to build bridges among those evaluators and those who seek answers in evaluation. This consultation seeks to be an open, inclusive, and convoking space to join forces so that the evaluation takes its place as a catalyst for the transformations we need to advance towards the 2030 Agenda. I would like to invite you to talk, to commit, and to take specific actions for influential evaluation and a sustainable development. I look forward to working with all of you for a successful consultation and beyond. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Gabriela. We now move to a somewhat formal passing of the torch from West and Central Asia to South Asia. So I'm going to request Simyasa, on behalf of the leaders of West and Central Asia, Central Africa, I'm sorry, to say a few words. Simyasa. Is Simyasa on the can anyone check if Simyasa is signed in?
Shivakumar sir, Mark Mulobi will be passing the torch on behalf of Simyasa.
Okay.
Can you invite him, please? Yeah.
Sure. Mark Mulobi, I request you to now, on behalf of West and Central Africa, pass on the torch to South Asia. Mark, I know you, I saw you there.
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Thank you so much. Us from Africa, we are happy to pass the torch to South Asia and wish you success in your consultation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think the torch is now going to be passed on to Dechen Dolkar, Rajiv Nandi, and Jagadish Pokharal on behalf of for COE South Asia. Let me invite Rajiv to say a few words and accept the torch.
Thank you so much. It's really so wonderful to receive the Eval for Action torch on behalf of the community of Eval to South Asia. For us, Eval for Action torch symbolizes solidarity, commitment, and action. Hence, receiving this torch makes us responsible to promote and advocate for influential evaluation to fight all negative impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic and create a sustainable future for all of us. Finally, I'd like to thank all Eval for Action champions on this occasion today for your great leadership and commitment. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv. Let me invite Dechen Dolkar from Bhutan.
Good morning and Kuzuzangpo, everyone. I'm very glad to be here today. I'm Dechen Dolkar, the leader for Evaluate Bhutan. Today on this occasion, I'm pleased to represent not only Bhutan, but the youths of South Asia. On behalf of the young and emerging evaluators of South Asia, I'm delighted to accept the Eval for Action torch today. Thank you, and Tashtele, back to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we now move on to the part where we begin the consultations. I think all of you might know what we are planning to do, that all the attendees will automatically be directed into various groups. There are chat rooms that have already been set up and you're randomly been assigned to it. so you'll be in for a surprise to see who's sitting next to you. There will be 8 to 10 participants in each group, and we'll invite you to share your views on the priorities for Eval for Action campaign using the discussion questions. I think we'll put up the discussion questions in a minute, but what we'd like you to do is in those rooms that you're assigned to, you should get off the mute and share answers, but you can also write in the chat as well. Each group will get about 20 to 25 minutes for the discussion, and COE South Asia has already assigned a moderator and facilitator, 2 of them for each group. And once it's so, I should use the word, so cool that when 25 minutes are over, you will be automatically be thrown out of that room and you'll come into the plenary. So you don't have much of a choice to stay on. So please be conscious of time and ensure that your rapporteur does have taken down the 3 important points to make. Now, we know that time is short, so we really encourage you to type out. In fact, the note taker can actually type out on the screen as you're making the notes, and that very screen will be projected and in the plenary session to speak. So let me explain a little bit about the breakout session groups. There are 2 groups that we have, 2 topics, 2 questions that we have put down. The first one is what could be tangible actions for ensuring that evaluation contributes further to significantly accelerating progress towards achieving SDGs in South Asia, and particularly looking at the challenges to overcome in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. So when you're reflecting on this question, what we would like you to present in the plenary after your discussions is what are the 3 critical areas and 3 related actions that you would recommend. And second, what should be the role of COA South Asia to support such actions? I know that there's very limited time also when you come back to the plenary. It's about 1.5 to 2 minutes for each group. So please keep yourself short in your presentations. The second question is how can we maximize stakeholders and partner involvement from the South Asia region? And when we say partners, it is policymakers, civil society, philanthropic organizations, funding agencies, private sector, community-based local organizations, and a lot of organizations that we need to rope into this endeavor to make evaluation impactful in accelerating the progress. In fact, like I said in the beginning, is to actually reverse the losses that we have suffered on account of the pandemic, and then accelerate progress towards achieving SDGs in the South Asia region. Here again, we would request you to focus on identifying the most relevant stakeholders and suggest ways of how to involve them more proactively in this endeavor. And secondly, what should be the role of COA South Asia to support such actions? So this in brief is the mandate for these groups. So we will formally, I will request the organizers to send all of us into the different groups, and best of luck, and see you in about 25 minutes. So please remember that when you will be automatically, the room will shut and you will be sent to this this open plenary. So somebody keep time of your discussions and keep the few minutes to really sum up what your 3 points are in terms of recommendations. So thank you, and see you in about 25 minutes.
Hello. Namaskara. or Madhuka or Hassan.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Can
Hello.
you check? I think group 2 and group 6, they don't have the original note takers. Can two of you go to group 2 and group 6 and tell Mr. Group 2 it's Samandar and group 6 it's Goyal. Can you tell those two that they are the note takers?
Okay, I'll go to room 2.
I will add here the link to note taking slides. So
Yeah.
you can copy it there.
Yeah, please send that, Shama. I'm going to room 2, so I have to tell Samandar, right?
Yes. The link is in the chat, so you can copy it and
Okay.
paste it there, so they can log in.
Anjana, send me to a room.
Okay.
Marco, do you want to go to a room?
I assigned him and I think he came back. So
Okay. Okay, no problem. Oh, there are some people back.
Yeah.
New people are joining, it seems. Yeah.
Erika, you came back or you accidentally came?
I came back. I wanted to ask, is there going to be a photo op at the end? Is
Yes.
that confirmed? Yes. Okay, with the audience, right? Or just speakers?
Yeah, with the audience.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Chama, there's 2 more, right? Need to be sent
Yes.
to the rooms. This Niraj Verma.
Yeah, I sent.
Really, can I be provided privilege to jump between rooms just to get screenshots of them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I gave co-host to you.
Thank you so much.
Great.
Okay.
Okay. I'm getting a call from a sailor, but I can't answer it. Then I will be disconnected. So I'm not going to answer.
Okay, great. I put in the group. Put in the group.
I will. Yeah. I
Guys, can you
switched on the-
let's go to the rooms and check whether everyone's good.
Why was Asela calling? Is there an issue?
No.
Okay. Now everyone with the link has access now. So, like even people who were not facilitators will have access with directly the link.
Okay. Yes, that's better. Then someone can.
I have given everyone access, irrespective of they were note takers or not.
Deshen, you came back or you directed to the main room?
Some new people are getting joined. Shall we add them too?
Yes, I can send them to.
So shall I add them? Admit them?
Yes, admit. We can send them to.
Okay.
Deshen, you were in group 7, no? You came back. Oh, Deshen, hi Deshen.
Please can you also assign rooms to Sarah and Manmohan Sharma? Or shall I assign?
I sent Shara and Manmohan. Okay.
I see them joined by two accounts, it seems.
Okay, I will send 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Who else is here? Deshen, can you hear me?
Hello, yes, I can hear you.
You were directed to here or you came back?
No, like I exited by mistake. So if you can put me
You
into the
can
group.
wait. You're already in a group. You can go back to the room from your side.
Okay, okay. All right, okay. Thank you.
There may be a tab. Just
Okay.
Chama,
yes.
we have assigned the person to share the slide, right? So the ASLS question is who is share the group slide. So we have assigned it, right?
I can share OS Anjana.
Okay, Anjana will do, I hope. And this
Where is Anjana?
Mohan, he went to one of the rooms.
Acha, acha, acha.
And this Mohana, do we need to send him?
I assigned him to a now. Yes, I assigned him to a group. I mean the group number. Wait.
So Chamatkara, the same person is joined from two devices, it seems.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No problem.
Because I saw the name twice.
Okay, no problem.
Now where he lies, in here or in the group?
One device is in here, other one is in the room.
Yeah. One more person joined again.
We have Rajeshi 20 or 25 or 20 minutes. 20 minutes, no?
25.
I remember. Okay, now it's only 7 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yes,
So
I think we can just send them a reminder that you have a few minutes remaining or something.
after 10 minutes, no, not 10 minutes, 15 minutes, we will send a message saying you have only like
10 minutes more. So something.
10 minutes more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that will be enough, no?
Yeah.
Rajeshi?
And in the final counts, and you have only 5 minutes more.
Yeah.
Then Zoom will automatically show that they have only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
After
So in 5
closing.
minutes, I will put a message.
Okay. You're going to put, no? So then I'm going to not
Acha, broadcast message. Okay. I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Broadcast message was. Don't
Found
click the
it.
close all those button, okay?
No.
Yes, sir.
Here, this is a small issue. I think room number 6, they are not noting down. Can anyone check whether
I check the slides. Room 6.
They are not. I cannot see anyone noting down the slides. So I thought maybe
Group 7.
Erika is there now.
Shruti is supposed to take notes in that.
No, room 6. It's no one's there. There's no note taker there. That's why. And Mr. Goyal is there, but I don't think he's taking notes there.
Madhuka is okay. Erika is there. Sonali is there.
Erika is there. The thing is, I think Erika was jumping from room to room. I think she was not there the entire time.
Yeah. Now she's in room 7.
Yeah,
Actually,
I don't see anyone taking notes because I was there for like 2-3 minutes. No one's taking notes. They're just discussing, and also I just put it in chat, but no one's taking notes. So
can we ask Biswajit to take notes, because we had asked Mr. Goyal, but he's not taking it seems. We can ask Biswajit to take notes.
Yeah, can you tell him?
Yeah, I'll just go there and I will request Biswajit to take notes.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
I put it in the chat, but I don't think they checked it.
Okay, I don't know if he'll check his message. I'll just go in there.
Chamatkar, after the breakout rooms, are you sharing the slides?
I can, if because you have to do the host and co-host thing, or if not, you also can. No,
I will be the backup. Can you share the screen?
Okay, sure, I can.
Great, thanks.
Now group 4 is working on slides. Group 3 okay. Group 2 okay. Group 1, there's no anything written on the side. So We have to inform them also.
Less number of people on group number 1.
They have 25 minutes now, so now it's 10 minutes.
I think 10 minutes gone, yeah. So let's say 2 groups.
Group 1, no, they haven't also started anything. So shall we ask who is there?
I put Mama, I put a message in.
Asela is there.
Yes,
Rajib is there, so they will definitely take it, no? Yatin also there. So I think they are on a discussion. Someone came in, no? Erika, how is it? Going
Yes.
well?
Yeah, like all groups seems okay on my end.
Room 1 is not taking any notes. I mean, they have not opened.
No,
it.
I saw no, they have opened it. I saw they were sharing the screen.
Okay, then good.
Maybe
They
they're
will do.
taking the notes, yeah.
Yeah, Sela and Rajiba, they are not. They will do.
I sent a broadcast message saying fill the Google Notes also, but then that's it.
Okay. And there's a one user. Means where shall we take?
Yeah, I didn't admit him. That's why.
I took him in. We can assign to group 1 because there are less number of people.
Can you ask him to rename first, then we can, you
know. Yes. Hi. Can you rename yourself? The person who is in who's renamed as user. Can you please rename yourself?
So many people on room number 3. So you have 2 producers.
No, they will move, no? Randi and Hasiti.
Randi was there. Randi I assigned. He wanted to go to a room, so he's there. Hasiti, I don't. I think everything is good, right? Everyone's. I think there's no. Group 2 is filling. Group 3 is filling. Group 4 is filling. Only group 5, 6, 7, and 7. No one's there. 6. No one's there. I don't know that they have received. Let me go and check.
So user is not going to rename him or herself. So shall I put in the waiting room? I think it's better. No?
Take him off.
Hello. It's 40 minutes. So I'll send a message saying it's only 10 minutes left. No. Group 5 still not started taking notes, no? And group 6 also. Hello, or else? Seven, 6, 1, 5, 7. Erika,
Yes, I'm here. What's up?
group 6 and 7, they haven't start taking notes.
6, 1, 7.
Group 4, 3.
When I went my rounds, no, they are all talking. So there is
Okay.
one group that is just discussing and not having their group displayed, and I think it's group 6. Let me double check.
Group 1.
Yeah, it's group 6 that doesn't have, I don't know if they don't have access to the presentation or not.
Okay.
They are taking notes, but they are not displaying, is what I got to know from the note taker.
Okay.
Chamatkar, even group 7, they are taking down notes, but I cannot see it on the slides. I don't know why.
Yes, not.
Yes,
I don't know why. Are they using the correct slides?
That's the issue. That's the other thing. I mean, I can see so many people.
I had sent the recent, those link again.
I can see Shruti on the slide, group number 7, but I cannot see her typing. Maybe because they're editing. Like when they click on the different slide, maybe it comes back now.
Okay, I think so.
Let's see.
But usually it.
Yeah, it has to be there, right?
Yeah.
We should be able to see who all are editing actually.
Yeah, that's the issue.
But in most of the rooms, they are taking notes, is what I saw.
Yes, you can see what group 4 is doing, group 3 is doing, and also group 2 is doing, but group 1.
Group 1, initially they were taking notes. Now I don't know why I can't see anything of them. With Asela is also there. I don't know why people aren't taking notes. Sociology is there. She was supposed to take notes. Okay, I'll just check with room number 1.
Who's TC?
Come on, there's one more in waiting room. What should we do?
Is that user?
No, not the user. Nasir.
No, that's Nasir. We know him. He's
Okay.
co-leader from Evaluate Asia. Hi Nasir, where you want to join? Hello Nasir.
Hello, sorry, here my network connection is very slow, so I'm not able to connect well.
Sorry, we didn't get you.
Here my network, I have a network issue out here, so I'm not able to join well, but I'm trying to join.
Okay, we'll send you a room. TC, send to a room.
Okay.
Hi, Chama.
Hi, Nasir.
Yeah, I was in the same room as Mark, but I.
So that was room number?
I don't know.
Yes, I'll check which one is marking. Mark is in room number 4.
Oh, I will send it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Though it's not visible, but I saw that in each group people are taking notes. So I think it will get updated once they're finished, it seems.
It will, no?
I hope so. Because now we have
So,
just one link to the presentation. There is no other presentation we have. So
Okay.
we wish so.
We have only one, no? We don't have to go 3, no?
no, just one link we have.
Okay. What shall we do if we can't see it? They can see it, no? Shall we ask them to share it from their end? Is that okay? But it will take another 2 or 3 minutes. But
Yeah, it will take more minutes actually. Let's see. Once they come back, we will see if we can see the update.
Okay.
Yeah, we will we will have to
What we
take
will
call.
do? If not, what we will do?
Then we will have to ask them to present.
Okay,
Or
the
is
key
it
points.
okay? Yeah, or maybe we can just ask them to not show their presentation, but just share it.
Listen.
What do you think? What do you think? Just say
Sama,
them.
I'm going to close the
But
room.
don't disturb, right?
No, wait.
No, when I close, it will close in 2 minutes. So
Wait, I will send the last message.
no, I think I saw Rajasi send the message in 2 minutes.
Yes, I did send.
Okay. So shall we close it, Rajasi, right now?
Just 1 more minute. Is it okay?
Okay.
Or shall we, or maybe just few seconds, I think.
No problem. They may be finalizing. No?
Yeah. So if their presentation is not visible, maybe we can just ask them to verbally tell it. What do you think? Or sharing screen, like, I don't know, will it take long time? Will it take consume more time? What do you think?
We already given them the permission, so they can share it.
Okay, so if it's not visible, then maybe we can ask them to share.
Yeah.
Shivakumar sir, you're here, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so
Thank
we
you,
were
thank
just discussing that if their presentation is not visible, then we will ask facilitators to share their own screen.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's how I can see the group 1. But Rajesh said that it is been edited by them, no?
Yeah, even
you
I
can see
can't
my
see.
Yeah, even group 4 and 5 also, I cannot see any edits, but I saw them editing screens.
There may be some issue. I'm
4
reloading.
is visible.
Could you check 6, please?
6.
6 is also not visible. 7 is visible.
6 is not visible?
Like for me at least. 5 and 6 I cannot see.
It's not visible. Yes, 5, 6, 7 is visible.
No, 6.
1 is not visible.
6 is
Just
not
a second. I did it. I did the
Yeah.
edit in the.
So there are 2 presentations that are circulating, I think.
My God, this is.
So let me just copy paste from the other one to this one. Yeah, I'll copy paste all the slides which are missing.
Can you check? I did it in the Google Drive.
Actually, there was just one link. I don't know why it's not.
No, there are 2.
So what do I do?
Okay, I've got group 1. I'm adding it here.
Yeah, that will be best if you could do.
Okay. If you have, yes, that will be better.
No, I used the link that was sent yesterday.
So
Yeah, it's the same link. It's the same link actually.
So then why is it not visible? Should I download and save a copy?
Did you download it, Biswajit?
No, I didn't. I'm downloading now.
No, now it's okay. No, it's okay now. So, Shruti, can you copy the group 5 and group 6 also?
Right, what to do?
Okay, thank you very much.
Also, group 1 is in the same file where Vishwajit was editing. I could see him editing in the same file. Yeah, okay, thank you.
So is 6 resolved or? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, is 6 resolved?
6 I'm
Yes, yes.
adding.
Yeah, it's resolved.
Okay, thank you.
I think all are here.
There are
So,
7 groups, right?
yes, only 7.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, everything is visible now.
Kumarji, we can start presentations.
Yeah. All right. So thank you and welcome back to the closing plenary session. I'm sure the groups have all had a very fruitful consultation. I also went into one group and I found the new processes of online consultation sitting in our own places, in our own houses or offices, quite fascinating. And I think at least in the group that I was in, and I won't tell you which one it was, I thought some of the recommendations were extraordinarily constructive in the very short period of time. So let me now invite the rapporteurs from the groups to give us what they discussed. Let me begin with group 1. And I'm going to request all of you to identify the 3 critical areas and the 3 critical actions that you recommend. Please be brief, maximum 1.5 to 2 minutes. Group 1. I call upon group 1.
Thank you so much. This is group 1. We discussed on the issues and the 3 areas from our side. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Hello?
There's a lot of disturbance.
Can you hear?
No, it's not clear at all.
Instead of somewhere, let me put the.
Can someone from tech support answer the question, please?
Yes, shall we ask Rajiv ji, who was the moderator, to present from that group because Suchira ji has some technical issues.
Yeah, very quickly. I mean, we discussed a lot of things actually, and you can see that a lot of points also have been mentioned here. But I think three issues that we can maybe highlight from the critical areas. One is that people need to be aware on tackling data development and basic capacity of the evaluation communities and what they can contribute in tracking the progress. Okay. Then absolutely the importance and key role that can be played by the young and emerging evaluators in this exercise. Then and to be ensured that VNR review has enough evidence actually, and its review should be based on the evidences that has been collected from the ground. Okay. And then, 3 actions, basically, we thought that, local government capacity, the relevance of the local government, and to contextualize the goals actually in terms of the local context. Then capacity of evaluators could be one action to not only to use the tools, but also to understand the standard and approach, methodologies, networking, and then coordinate with the government and to ensure that or to establish that role that the OPs can play in ensuring and tracking the progress in SDGs. So we see a lot of role of COE primarily in lobbying and advocacy with the government, parliamentarians, policymakers, support in strengthening the capacity that we mentioned as a critical area, and I can see and definitely also role to play in with the parliamentarians and policymakers in reviewing the VNS. Yeah, I should stop here. I think I have better justice. Yeah. A lot of
Thank
things
you.
we discussed.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Rajiv. That seems to have been very rich discussion, and thank you for sticking to time. Let me call on group 2 now. I think Funsho Choden, will you be presenting?
Yeah, Mr. Samantha will be presenting from our group.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I will be presenting on behalf of Group 2. We had a really good conversation and discussion led by Poncho. So we identified, our question was to identify the most relevant stakeholders and how we can engage them. So the stakeholders that we have identified, they include non-evaluators or non-traditional actors, because mostly evaluators come together to discuss evaluation issues. It also includes academia, parliamentarians, private sectors, and community members or ordinary citizens. So the ways that we can engage them, for example, for the academia, they should teach evaluation courses, VOPEs, including COE South Asia. They should support academia to develop evaluation courses and connect them with resource people. And also government institutions responsible for evaluation can influence parliamentarians, can work with them, and also mobilize community members. Mobilization of community members can be done through the local NGOs or community-based organizations. The role that COE can play is especially for private sector, is to use CSR or corporate social responsibility. Let's say embed principles of evaluation, supporting evaluation in that policy in different countries, and bring various communities together to generate and utilize evaluation knowledge. Another thing that we agreed was to develop guidelines, organize seminars to bring stakeholders together, and also develop ethical guidelines, competency frameworks, and standards for evaluation. Poncho, if you want to add, thank you. Over.
Thank you.
Okay, I have since Mr. Samantha has covered everything, so I have nothing to add to this. And I would like to thank my group members for your valuable contribution, and it was a wonderful discussion forum. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me invite group 3, and I think the presentation will be made by Miguel. Miguel?
So someone from the group 3, please.
Madhura? I think Madhura is going to present.
Oh, Madhura?
Yeah.
Or if not, Ram, you can go ahead and present.
Ram?
Hello? Yeah, okay.
Maybe Ram, you should. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, we had very nice discussion, and although we had very short period of time, but anyway, that we just managed to discuss following points in terms of critical areas. That one point is discuss about the developing database. Basically, it's about capacity building. The second issue we discuss about the gender mainstreaming. And that in the context of COVID also, and then how we can develop this, the different methodologies, especially assessing the impact of COVID in SDGs. And then the fourth point that we discuss about the different methodologies we require to address the complex situation that we are having. One example that we are facing is COVID, and there are lots of other complexities also that the developing methodology is very important. 3 action point is basically the we have to have some good advocacy to policymakers and program managers to adopt the evaluation policy. The second point is about working closely with the policymakers. It's not only policy developing policy, but we have to work with them. And the third one is the how we can make the evaluations more useful given the context that we have in the complex development process. Now, in terms of role of South Asia, that one, the first point is developing monitoring, creating monitoring and evaluation program at the university level so that the student can learn and use quality evaluation afterward. Then creating think tank also. This type of discussion is also required in our context. Certainly that we should have some sort of online training, capacity building training, if that is not possible in person. And fourth one is how we involve the vulnerable people or the communities in this evaluation process, and we should promote that. The last one is I could not. I'm sorry that I could not read in my slide. Yeah, I think that's all from our side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram. Thank you. Let me invite group number 4 now. Is Vinuri going to present on behalf of the group?
I'll present on behalf of the group.
Sure, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. We talked about most relevant stakeholders. We talked about the ministry, the government, the parliamentarians, private sector and donors, civil societies, the consultants themselves, grassroots level workers and officials. How can we involve the stakeholders? By partnering with them to organize consultation on country level, workshops and seminars for the selected parties. And the third point on how to involve the stakeholders is providing proper reports and attending to committees meetings to get an idea of on how the parliamentarians work. The role of COE South Asia to support these actions, we had one point is to facilitate all these actions that we have discussed. 2 is to interact with the communities in other regions. The idea being to promote collective effort. And the third one is sharing success stories across the communities and nations. And we had the last point, having COE Asia support new approaches that needs to be implemented to improve effective involvement of the stakeholders. So thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you, Mark. That was very succinct and very precise. Thank you so much. Let's move on to group number 5. Group number 5, yes. Is it Gerald or Ratnayu who's going to present?
Yes, thank you. So first of all, I thanks to all the participants in this group because they have a great views during the discussion. The first was about 3 critical areas after we try to discuss to concise from around 5 critical areas. The first is about the impact of COVID-19 on the poor and how it affects the acceleration in SDGs, including in this issue is health and education. As we know that the technology or the internet technology cannot reach the poor people in the rural areas. And then the second is challenge of sustainable livelihood, giving our impact to COVID-19 as the people keep moving, migrate from the rural to urban, from urban to rural, or from the city, satellite cities to the urban, working there, and then keep transferring the COVID-19. And the third is about the crisis of the health services, because the number of COVID-19 getting worse and getting high until recently. The three actions that need to be put on these critical areas is, first is proper evaluation and education to assess what the government's role and relief activities in the COVID-19. And the second is identification of beneficiaries and activating the local governance to face the COVID-19, including on here is about to accelerate the SDGs achievement. And the roles of the COESA to support such actions, as this is the network organization inter countries. So we propose to do the capacity building for related stakeholders in every countries under COESA to enhance the understanding and networking relating to policy recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ratnayu. We now move to group number 6. Biswajit Pradhan will make the presentation.
Yeah, thank you. In fact, each of our group members contributed to this discussion. On the most relevant stakeholders, we have the parliamentarians who are at the center, state, and down the line level to the village. And then we have the civil societies, which are NGOs, not-for-profits. And also, most importantly, it was discussed that we should include the smaller organizations in this so that they could reach out to the last mile village in terms of implementation of the SDGs when it is required. And the other most important aspect was people as citizens, or we as individuals, we should also be one of the important stakeholders in the entire process. And the marginalized groups should not be left out. They should be part of this as well. And there was also a point mentioned by a colleague that government stakeholders or media or actions and all the journals should be also sensitized in what SDG is all about and how they could disseminate in the media platform. And how this is to involve them, we propose a awareness and sensitization to engage them in the entire process of how SDGs were formed and how the targets and how the indicators are. And the approach should be value for money in terms of trying to quantify what cost goes into monitoring the SDGs and even evaluating them. And more engaging process for the development of the SDGs, and most important, to localize them in, not to work in silos, but to localize them to each micro level at the district clusters or village. And we should also pay attention to the gender equity aspect and the LGBT community inclusion in implementation of the agendas that the 17 goals have. As the roles to support action from COE, so stakeholder sensitization, consultation at each level is a role that we envisage. And while doing the planning, there should be inclusive to gender planning. And in the approach, it should be an approach where from top to bottom is created, and with a sense that understanding of the last mile, which is a village, how that they are going to be benefited in terms of the implementation, and also to co-create a system with most important people, all of us together, and as citizens to also embrace SDGs and be aware about it and help it further in terms of achieving them. And I thank all the participants in our group. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Biswajit. We now come to the last group. And is it Shruti who's going to present?
Yes, thank you.
Over to you, Shruti.
The three critical areas wherein the South Asia region could focus to accelerate progress towards SDGs we identified the following: one being generating current information. This is against the backdrop that a lot of the old data that before the COVID period does not hold any relevance in today's context. The second would then be to ensure its national representativeness, and then finally making this information saleable to the policymakers. Three actions that could help us address these areas were to advocate with national statistics systems and government agencies on the outcomes of utmost importance, also orienting the national evaluators towards developing case studies in already known vulnerable areas, and fostering triangulation based on administrative and survey data. How can COE South Asia help us support such actions? Could be maybe by advocacy on strengthening national statistical systems, or promoting advocacy on promoting rigorous case studies in large numbers. Another interesting suggestion was to create a comprehensive package or a toolkit which is tailor-made to the situation at hand, of various evaluation strategies or approaches that different regions can adapt for tackling respective SDG priority areas. Finally, we can also look at working with non-party planning commissions of state as well as national level. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shruti. And I think this brings us to the end of the group presentations. I think, as all of us will realize, these have been extraordinarily useful suggestions, and in such a short period of time. COE SA has lots of material to reflect upon, and I'm sure they'll have subsequent consultations that will drill down and arrive at some more concrete actions in each of these areas. Let me invite now to give reflections on the presentations, Sonal Zaveri, who is the co-chair of Eval Gender. Yeah, over to you, Sonal.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Shiv Kumar, Namaste, Kuzuzangpo, Ayubowan, Salam, Namaskara. Good morning from South Asia. And I'm very pleased to represent COE as a founding board member and founder and coordinator of the Gender and Equity Network South Asia, as well as the co-chair of Eval Gender Plus. And many of us bridge such local, regional, and global participation. I think today we had an excellent opportunity to discuss localized agendas and solutions and contribute to the SDG global agenda. And we also identify diverse stakeholders beyond the usual suspects, academia, policymakers, including at decentralized levels, media, and a segmented civil society reaching right to the grassroots and corporates. And we also talked about the critical actions, capacity building standards, support national systems, VNRs, and the sharing of contextual knowledge. But I think what was sobering is that in COVID-19, decades of the development work that we have done have been shaken, and inequities have really sharply emerged. And that should be a wake-up call for us evaluators. So what is our role as evaluators in the region? Should we do it as business as usual? And if we believe in transformation and gender and equity, should our role be that of a change agent as well? Should we not ensure that we always address the no one left behind or advocate and promote the participation in evaluation? I know, there are no easy answers, but if we are living in this region and we have experienced the havoc on development indicators and therefore a compounded difficulty to reach the SDGs, perhaps it's time to, perhaps it's time to look at, what should we do and what should be our ethical compass? I'm also urging all those present today in your own context to think about your role as an evaluator, but more important, your influence as an evaluator. And so before I close, I want to put on the table how differently should we build capacities of our young and emerging evaluators, and particularly in regard to gender and equity. What are the gaps and how do we address it? In 2017, COE did a survey in South Asia, and it indicated that only 31% of 79 respondents had more than 10 years of experience in gender and equity evaluation, and 7 had none. So fortunately in our region and globally, there are so many actors involved in professionalization, capacity building through their task forces, COE South Asia, IOCE, and Eval for Action. And I think we really would all benefit and collaborate and, on capacity building and professionalization in our region. And I think we have a fantastic future ahead. So let's just forge forward and build that future of our evaluation together and make sure that we address gender justice and equity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonal. As always, very inspiring and very thoughtful. Thank you so much. Let me invite Mr. Jigme Rinzin to speak as a parliamentarian from Bhutan. Your reflections, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning and Kuzangpo. I'm happy to speak here as a former parliamentarian, actually, in this regional sub-consultation on the theme influential evaluation for SDGs. By the way, when we are talking about SDGs, needless to remind here, actually, we're already into the 6th year of the SDG implementation, if you think from 2015 onwards. And by next year, we will be almost halfway through stage in implementing the SDGs. I don't know how much percentage have you actually achieved in our respective countries. By next year, at least 25 to 50% of our respective SDG targets should have been achieved, almost towards achieving. I don't know now how worse is now if there are some countries who are still in the process of incorporating the SDG targets in our national budgets will be a biggest concern. Again, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, now things have got disrupted. There are so many questions actually, and then to answer this, I personally would believe that evaluation is one source to find answers to all these questions. Now, talking about tangible actions and involvement of stakeholders, I think at South Asia level, most of Bhutan in particular, we should come to basics now, the fundamentals of demand and supply. Where is demand and supply of evaluation in our countries? In South Asia, how is the situation of demand and supply of evaluation? Are our supplies worth of the demand actually? Do our evaluation practitioners issue reports? It's very interesting, to see from all these group discussions that common points featuring again and again is capacity development of our evaluators ourselves, and on the other hand to also rope in the key stakeholders like parliamentarians and policymakers, civil society organizations and NGOs. I think we have to also look at our capacity to fulfill the demands. So if you look at the demand side, even if you produce evaluation reports from the evaluation practitioners group, how visible is our profession actually in our part of the world? Who really read our report? So we have to really do something to make to showcase that we are also important in the group, and our report will make impact on making decisions at the national level. So to find answers to all these questions, I think to talk from the basic level is, as evaluators, as practitioners, we have to make sure that we provide timely and adequate evaluation reports to the ones who need these. And our report should be of certain quality that they can rely on this. And if we don't have capacities ourselves, maybe a network like Community of Evaluators South Asia, similarly, such forums should really facilitate in improving our capacity to enable us to produce quality reports so that we can proudly give our reports to anybody who really want it. To enable, to make this possible, I think we need also to have enabling environment in our countries. Do we have national evaluation policies, for example? How is our legislation system that really support evaluation fraternity? So these are some questions I had in my mind, plus also it got reinforced through these discussions in the group. I think society like Community COE South Asia and others, EAB in Bhutan, in our case, we have Evaluation Association of Bhutan, which is our WOPI here. Through collaboration of all these groups and the roping in parliamentarians, especially the policymakers, let us not distance them. We have this notion of them being politicians and then we should not trust them, something like that. I think this is a very sad thing to really comment here in the group also. Hopefully this is not so in many other countries like in Bhutan. So bring in everybody in the group and then I'm sure we can do things and achieve SDG on time. Thank you so much, sir. In a nutshell, this is all I have to share from my side.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rinzin. Thank you. I'll now invite Mr. Anthony Syriac He's the Deputy Director General of the Development Monitoring and Evaluation Office in Niti Aayog in India, and is really in charge of SDG evaluation initiatives on behalf of the government in India. So, Mr. Syriac, your comments, please, and reflections.
Thank you, Professor Sri Kumar, and great to have been invited to this forum. I'll make 3 points in 3 minutes. One is that everything that existed prior to November 2019 with respect to the status of SDGs must have become irrelevant in all the South Asian countries. The status is now current, new, and the default assumption should be that we have witnessed an intercept shift in terms of all parameters in terms of their accomplishments. My second point is that, so having against this background, what an evaluator can do, and I speak as a government evaluator. So evaluator has different tools, and in terms of rigor, they can be classified: performance notes, quick evaluation studies, then more rigorous ones like larger sample surveys, etc. So what are the tools that I would look up to? Since the information about the current is uncertain, because the national statistical offices in most of our countries are evolving ones. So the survey data, administrative data, all those are evolving data. So the evaluator has to supplement. Then I would see a combination of one, performance notes. Quickly, I would see the available information, triangulate based on that, make some useful points for the policymaker to feed him back. Second, I would do the smaller studies like quick evaluation studies, and especially case studies in non-vulnerable areas. And I hope each South Asian country would have some mechanism of identifying vulnerable areas. And I would prefer quick and effective evaluation studies, rigorous evaluation studies, but quick in vulnerable areas. Now, the third point that I can make is my most important point from my angle, which is that if I see things from the Government of India prism, Government of India has 800 schemes in different classifications. And each provincial government in India runs more than 1,000 schemes. So it is an amalgam of a huge set of schemes, the thin spread of resources across a large number of interventions, and without any aggregation of collective impact of these schemes. So what I would first do is, I would align each scheme to a particular SDG. And once I make that policy alignment, then I would take SDG 1 for evaluation. I mean, I just selected SDG 1, that's all. So SDG 1 for evaluation. So the first important process is to align my policies to align my schemes to particular policies and schemes. I'm sure the Government of India itself will have at least 100 schemes addressing livelihood. I mean, I'm saying indirectly and directly addressing livelihood. All those make a difference to the SDG 1. So I need to make that universe clear to myself as an evaluator, and then I will evaluate the policy, not the schemes. And that will be large scale, very influential evaluations. I stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Syriac. I will not attempt to sum up what the experts have said and what the groups have mentioned, but just to say that what I picked up as most significant was that context matters much more today than ever before, particularly after the COVID pandemic. In fact, it's still not played out its full game as the pandemic is unfolding. And the importance of focusing on the local context. So in terms of local data collection and evidence building, in terms of local capacities, in terms of local planning for local actions, in terms of local participation of local elected leaders, local officials, and local communities and citizens in the exercise. And finally, as Mr. Syriac so rightly says, there is the urgent need to align the local to the provincial and the national. So I think we have quite a challenge as evaluators looking forward to do something quickly in response to the urgent needs to get back on track, to reverse the losses that we made in terms of the progress towards the SDGs and then getting back on track. So let me conclude this session in terms of the presentations that have been made. We now go to the concluding session of this meeting. And I'm going to invite Marco Segon first for his closing remarks, after which I will call upon Gabriela as well. So Marco, over to you for some quick comments and reflections on the proceedings.
Yeah, thank you very much. Really fascinating discussion and great idea. Now the challenge is how to localize these priorities that we have identified today. So we hope that the sub-regional consultation will pave the way for national consultation in South Asia, so that there will be more grassroots mobilization for influential evaluation beyond the evaluation community and including all users of evaluations, and to further shape national evaluation strategy that support equitable and sustainable recovery from the COVID-19 and timely achievement of SDGs in South Asia. And in these efforts, again, just a reminder to partner with young evaluators in South Asia and build their capacity for evaluation and evaluation advocacy. So thank you really to the Community of Evaluators South Asia for organizing the consultation, and through this consultation demonstrating concrete action on your promise at the Eval for Action commitment drive that you did last year. Also, thanks to all 42 Eval for Action partners in Asia Pacific, including the regional and national Eval Youth chapters, for leading the evaluation advocacy in the region. Thanks to all the facilitators, and of course to all the participants for the great engagement and idea. I'm really looking forward to the next consultation in the regions. That will be the 25th of June in East and South Asia. And just to close, I really would like to invite you to join the Eval for Action Walk the Talk video drive. Now we have identified actions that we could take to accelerate influential evaluation to advance the achievement of our SDGs. And so now we have time to implement those actions. And the Walk the Talk drive is, is just to short videos on the actions that you have implemented, either individual or as organization or as a network, and to showcase this action by posting those videos that showcase the action and results in Twitter in October 2021. So write down the date. And once again, thanks a lot for the great discussions and ideas and engagement. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Marco. Gabriela, your closing remarks?
Yes, thank you. Well, first of all, I would like to thank the community of evaluators of South Asia for this amazing opportunity. It has been really rewarding, and I would like to also thank the facilitators, the speakers, and all the people who attended and who shared their ideas and presented them in this innovative way, as this virtual consultation. This consultation has been truly a boost of energy to keep promoting influential evaluation, but not only that, to really take actions for it to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. In my perspective, the Sustainable Development Goals are a very good tool, a roadmap to overcome the challenges we have been facing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, I take with me many ideas and thoughts to discuss and further develop. And now, as Marco mentioned, we have discussed, we have taken some commitments, and now, most importantly, the major challenge of all is to take actions. So let's just do it. I would like to invite you all to walk the talk, to showcase the actions you're taking towards influential evaluation. As Marco mentioned, do it in October, just record the video. If you're taking actions now, it's a great time. So you start thinking about this video and just share your actions to the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gabriela. Thank you very much. I think we now have a formal passing of the torch from South Asia to East and Southeast Asia, where the next consultation, as Marco told us, is planned for 25th of June this year. So this is the announcement that I'm making, that as you can see, the torch is moving from South Asia to East and Southeast Asia, where similar consultations will be held. I will now request Chairperson Cheladurai Solomon to make a commitment statement just as before closing this workshop.
Thank you, moderator Shivakumar. It has been wonderful to listen to the total process and the recommendations from the breakout sessions. In fact, it has been much more than what I expected personally. It's overwhelming recommendations to what COA should be doing. Now, to come as a kind of commitment, I would be also kind of careful. So when we commit, we have to really do it. There is no second thinking about that. So to do that concretely, we will take all these recommendations. We will go back to our drawing room and put together and call out what is crucial and what is really we can handle, COA can handle. That is one thing. Definitely we will go back and plan it out and what is possible within. And we will also get back to the interested stakeholders who have gathered here and beyond that to see how we can also get them involved in this whole process, whether it is at the national level or at the kind of local level, as we see that localizing the actions are very crucial for influential evaluation and SDGs. So that we will do that, and that is our commitment. Of course, that it requires a lot of human and financial support as well. So we will also try to see how we can kind of mobilize sufficient resources to also kind of take it further. And I let me take this opportunity to thank my board members and the committee members and the advisory members, and also the eval team for coming out with this opportunity and giving us the opportunity to collaborate with. I sincerely thank the speakers and also the facilitators. Of course, we have a concluding session. There are so many other team members like the production team to thank, and that will come later. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chela. So that really brings me to the end of concluding the session. I want to really thank the panelists in particular for sticking to time. I think we started about 4 or 5 minutes late, and we're just about to end on time. So thank you so much. Achieving this in South Asia is no mean achievement, you will all admit. So thank you once again. Marco,
Dr. Sivakumar,
oh, I'm on mute. No?
Dr. Sivakumar, no, also, do you want to take the group photo before the?
Yeah, I'll just do it. Okay. All right. So let's do this. No, I just wanted to add one last sentence, and then we'll take the group photo. Marco, Gabriela, and Chela have already thanked everyone. I would like to thank all those who were not mentioned by Marco, Gabriela, and Chela for making this event a great success. Thank you very much. So here we are. We'd like to take a group photo, which means that, yes, over to you, Chela. How do you want to do this now?
Anjana, over to you. I think everyone has to, if you agree to be in the photo, you have to switch on your videos.
Yeah, so please switch on your
Anjana?
videos. Jigme, we want to see you. Yeah.
It's okay.
Anjana, okay.
Anjana, let us know when you are done.
It's all good.
Okay, I think it's 2
right.
pages.
2 pages, yeah.
Yes, it's all good. Done.
All done?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let me formally bring this session to an end and pass it on to Funsho Choden for her remarks. Funsho, over to you.
Thank you. Now we have come to the end of this wonderful event, and the key message or important message that came out of our discussion, I will summarize in few points here. The high level of commitment from the key stakeholders to influential evaluation, and strengthening synergies with all partners, including young and emerging evaluators. And thirdly, the most important is localize the priorities. Context matters context matters now more than before, and take action. So these are some things which came out from our discussion today. And with this, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our moderator, Dr. E.K. Shivkumar, for excellent job in doing excellent job in anchoring the session, and all our speakers for sharing your provoking thoughts and experiences with us, and all our facilitators for stimulating the participation and discussion among our participants, production team for seamless production of the event, and last but not the least, our participants here for being with us and making a valuable contribution to this sub-regional consultation. The community of evaluators South Asia will commit and work towards the influential evaluation in accelerating the achievement of SDGs in the region. And once again, I would like to thank each and every one of you and wish you all in your own endeavor towards influential evaluation and achieving the SDGs globally. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajeshi, without forgetting all your good work and hard work behind the scene. Rajeshi is our Secretariat Manager. She has been really actively working with Asela and the other committee members and the production members. So we don't see you at all. Rajeshi is here. Thank you. Special thanks to you.
Thank you. I'm so glad that this session went off really well. And this was a team effort. And I'm glad to be coordinating with everyone, and everyone cooperated. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Asela. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.